Hello, this is a prepaid call from an inmate at the Virginia Department of Corrections, Red Onion State Prison. To accept this call, press 0.
This is Randall Via, a.k.a. Red Onion Randy. I'm currently serving 1,214 years for capital murder and armed robbery. Now, and finally, at a level 3, Buckingham Correctional Center. Stone's throw from where I grew up. If you have any questions or comments or want to leave a message or whatever, I've got a voicemail line. That number is 1-888-524-1932. You can also visit my website, which is new and improved and got different features and whatnot, at www.redonionrandy.com. I hope you do. Let's get started with the podcast. Okay. I've had one hell of a day, people. One hell of a day after one pretty bad month. You know, a lot of things have been actually really, really good for me this month, but some things have been really, really bad for me. You know, one of the, good Lord, I don't even know where to start with this guy. So, during the last lockdown, a month ago, actually a little bit over a month ago, I think it's more like 5.5, almost 6 weeks, give or take. So we was on lock. On lock for 10 days, and on about day 3 of the lock, day 4 maybe, they put a guy on my cell. You know, they came, basically gave me no choice. It was either he comes in my cell and I move to the top bunk. Never mind the tumor growing out of my right tibia, the holes eaten all throughout the right tibia, you know, and so on and so forth. Why the hell is this guy pulling his pants down in the middle of the fucking pod? Y'all see, we see some weird shit in here. Sorry about that. The guy literally just walked up to another guy and just unbuttoned his pants and just literally just dropped him to his ankles and just stood there. It's like showing another inmate something. They really need to give me a camera in here. I'm telling you, people. I would have the greatest television show in the history of the world. All right, sorry. So they confiscate my single cell. They revoke it during lock, so I can't get out. I can't call Gay Gardner. I can't talk to anybody. I can't find out what's going on. I can't sit there and say, okay, look, if you're going to revoke my single cell status and at least have the decency to, 1, let me keep my bottom bunk because of the bone cancer, and 2, you know, at least let me go pick my cellie. Like, let me go find my guy. It won't take me, hell, I already know where he's at. And he comes down here, and then y'all can find this cat some other place to stay. Like, I don't know this dude. I genuinely kind of wish that I didn't. I know I spoke a little bit about it in one of my earlier podcasts, and I was talking about the lockdown and them putting him in the cell with me and so on and so forth. But I've got a lot more to go on. I've got a lot of things I can sit there and say about this guy. Where do I start? The guy is filthy. I am an extremely clean person. I clean. I use the bathroom. I wash my hands. I wake up in the middle of the night to take a piss. I still wash my hands before going back to sleep. That's what I do. I'm clean. I like everything nice and neat and organized. I take time to make sure everything is that way. When I clean, I don't just do surface cleaning. I don't just take a damp rag and wipe something down. No, I scrub it with shampoo. Like, that's the reason why I buy the, what's that damn, that V105 stuff, V05 or something like that. But it's like $1.98 for 12 ounces. That's what I use to clean with, because I don't like using the chemicals that they give us. So I use shampoo. Yes, I know it's chemicals, but it's chemicals designed for your body. It, to me, makes better cleaning. So that's how I do things. I mean, that's just the way I am. And at the end of the day, I don't do it for these people. I don't care if they come by my cell, look in, and be like, oh my Lord, that's a really clean cell. Why are you looking in my cell? Like, you saw me up and moving. Keep it moving, people. Like, come on, man. There's etiquette to this. You know, I don't mind a nice compliment, but at the end of the day, like, y'all do need to keep it moving. You know, y'all have rules to live by. I have rules to live by. That's just all there is to it. You know, but I do it for me because it makes me feel better to live in a clean environment, to know that whatever I touch is going to be clean. My Cellie is the exact freaking opposite of that. You know, the dude is just so damn weird. He's just... Alright, so I'm simply just going to kind of list quite a few of the things that this guy has done that I've had to basically snap on him over. So after the lockdown, I didn't get to see my wife on the video visits for 2 weeks. They got canceled along with a couple other people's video visits and whatnot. So when we come off, my wife had accidentally deleted the phone number because we've had problems with some of the international call services apps that we've been using. We found one that seems to work. It's a little bit of, you got to jump through a couple of hoops to get the call connected, but we basically got it down to a T. But I didn't get to talk to my wife for, like almost a week. So I went 3 weeks without talking to her. And for some reason, GTL would not allow anybody to set up video visits to me. I did find out why, and I guess I'll go ahead and share that with you right now. So, apparently, somebody has to be locked up with the last name Via, who has done some really foul shit. Because after several weeks, we get tired of it. Like, my wife is calling GTL. They're saying call the prison. Prison is the one that took them. She's calling the prison. The prison's saying, well, we didn't take Via's business. Why would we? The man's been charged for damn near 2 decades. Like, he ain't done nothing wrong. Call GTL. She's like, well, I've called them. It's like, well, we don't know what to tell you. Like, and the lady got really, really smart with her. I'm glad I don't know who she is, so I can probably have words for her. Long and short of it is, I had to write a request form to Operations Officer Bryant. I think she's like 4th in charge, I believe. So she calls me over there maybe 4 days later. And when she's talking to a bunch of guys, so when you go into the building, you've got like a little waiting room type of area, and then you got bars to the rest of the building where offices are, school rooms, classrooms, sorry about that, law library, counselors' offices, mental health offices, and all that stuff. So she's talking to them guys, and she sees me comes in. She's like, all right, the rest of you, y'all can go. I need to talk to him in the office. I mean, you talked us through the bars. Yeah, well, I need to talk to him in the office. Y'all can go back to the building now. So them dudes have to leave, and they're not happy about it, but it is what it is. So she opens the bars, lets me in, then takes me into an office by myself, by herself. No cameras, no security, nothing. And she asked me, like, Mr. Via, are you a rapist? Hell no, I ain't a rapist. You a child molester? No, I ain't no child. What? And I'm thinking to myself, like, lady, you just brought me into a room with no cameras and no security. And you're asking me if I'm a rapist. That's probably not the smartest thing. I didn't say this out loud. I was just kind of thinking that in my head, like, it's a little wild right there. And she's like, I didn't think so. She's like, why the hell is GTL accusing you of doing this? I'm like, I don't know. So she actually shows me, and she pulled up my criminal record on course, and it's got capital murder, armed robbery, gun charges, B&Es, assault and batteries, arson, and so on and so forth. But it has nothing sexual. She literally had me sign legal paperwork saying that I have never been accused of, charged with, or convicted of any sexual crime whatsoever. Because GTL was accusing me of raping a mother and daughter. So apparently, I'm into that type of shit and didn't know it, wasn't aware of it. You talk about fucking heated, let me tell you something, I was pissed. But thankfully, Miss Bryant was actually offended on my behalf, like she was pissed. Like she said, I will take care of it. I'll promise you, like I'm about to go back to my office right now, I'm going to call GTL and I'm raising hell. They should not be doing this shit right here. Which, like, of course, I'm now in her eternal debt. Yeah, she did right by me. I mean, she not only got it fixed, she got it fixed the very next day. I was able to get video visits scheduled. So now I can see my wife and my friends, and that's what matters. So I'm dealing with this. I couldn't really call my wife until we got the new service and we kind of figured out how to work it. And this whole time I'm in the cell. The whole time I'm in the cell with a dude that is just disrespectful, rude. He doesn't say anything to me. He kind of knows the writing on the wall when it comes to a physical confrontation between him and me. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's way too easy. There's plenty of guys on this compound who beat the ever-loving shit out of me. He just doesn't happen to be one of them. But he's just really snarky and not in a good way, though. Like, mumbling under his breath so you can't quite hear him and, stuff like that. He's... So, when he first comes in, I tell the guy, look, this is how I live. I'm clean. I'm respectful. I don't touch your stuff. You don't touch my stuff. I do my Bible study from 5:30 to 6:30 every single night, and this light will be coming on for that. I get up usually around 4:30ish in the morning every morning, and I pray for an hour, and then if I have time left over, I'll lay back down, and I'll try to get me another 10, 20 minutes of sleep. Then I get up, I go outside for the rec, come back in, eat my peanut butter and oatmeal, take my shower, make a call or two if I can, go on about my damn day. This dude, no. Like, he freaking throws a tantrum. I hear him, like, especially, he doesn't say anything when I'm doing my prayers in the morning because I don't pray out loud with somebody in the cell. If he wasn't in there, I was by myself, I'd pray out loud. But, I just pray in my head. I'm sitting there on my top bunk. It doesn't bother him. Doesn't know. But my Bible study. He has a habit of wanting to lay down and take a fucking nap during my Bible. First of all, bro, this is my cell. I was in the cell first. That means I dictate the schedule. That's prison policy. That's convict code right there. If you're not the first one in the cell and you ain't man enough to beat your cellie into compliance, you go by the established schedule. But he wants to try to take naps while I'm doing my Bible study. Go ahead, sleep. I don't care. But the light's coming on. I'm doing my Bible study, and that's all there is to it, because God ain't made the man yet that can come between me and him. If Satan the devil can't do it, no fucking clown-ass dude from Royal Retreat, Virginia is going to. So we're off to the wrong foot on that right there. You know, him huffing and puffing. This light's so bright. First of all, dude, I will uncover my window, turn all the lights in the cell on 24 hours a fucking day. I'll take you to red onion time. Them lights will never go off. But I'm trying to be nice. And I tried talking to this dude. I tried talking to him, but nothing. So my very first video visit, I get back scheduled with my wife, Nick. My wife is going through something. I'm not going to go through the details of that. That's personal between me and her. But she was kind of dealing with a lot of stressful situations in her life. So after the video visit, I come over and I get on the phone. And I make 5 phone calls. I had to do what I had to do. You know, I've got to be there to support my wife. When I said for better or worse, I meant every word of it. And I'm a man of my damn word. So I didn't get to go to dinner. So, you know, at the point where it's getting close to lockdown, and I tell Nick, hey, look, babe, I genuinely, I cannot call back. I got to go fix something to eat real quick, and I got locked down for count. You know, I've got to do my Bible study also. She's like, okay, you know, thank you, blah, 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 and everything. You know, told me I was a good husband. I was that day. I was a very good husband. I listened, people. Go back in the cell. He's not in the cell. He's actually out talking to somebody. And I know for a fact God had him leave that cell before I went back in and go talk to somebody. He was in somebody's cell because he was not on the floor because I looked for him. When I go back in the cell, the lights are off. I've got the back window, the window to the outside. I've got blankets stuffed up in there to completely black it out because I want to keep that heat out. When it was 100-some degrees, I did everything I could to keep the heat out of the cell because it was like 120 degrees in the damn pod. I wasn't trying to deal with that. So I smell something funny. What the hell is that? So I just take my lemongrass spray that I, you know, water mixed with lemongrass prayer oil, put it in a nasal spray bottle, a couple times, the stuff smells good. I start getting my stuff to make me a little fishy soup, and I turn the light on so I can turn the combination on my locker. This dude didn't flush the toilet. Like, he still got fecal matter in the toilet. I step out the cell looking home. I can't see him. He'd have been in that cell. He'd have been in that pod. I'd have called his ass back. I'd have probably stuffed his face in it. Just like you do a damn puppy. I get hold of myself. I take a moment. I flush the toilet. I wash my hands.
You have 1 minute remaining.
All right. That's going to be part 1. I hope you enjoy listening to it. Stay tuned next week for part 2. All right, that's all the time we have for now. I appreciate you listening to me more than you'll probably ever know. I just want to let you know, don't forget to check out my website, redonionrandy.com. And for those of you who want to hear more, or you want to listen to the episodes commercial-free, or hear me and my editor discuss a little bit further into the episodes, please go to Patreon, join me, support me. You know, it's only $5 a month. And just a reminder, I have a cookbook out. You're going to eat that. You can find it on our website or Amazon Kindle or Amazon Print.
Thank you for using GTL.